We are given a table that shows changing depths of a sinkhole as an excavator backfills it. So just to make sure we understand, we have a hole. So we have this hole, and we're filling it back up. So here we have time, and we see that we have negative time. Now, the negative time just means it was in the past. So 1 minute ago would be -1, 2 minutes ago would be -2. And the 0 represents right now. So right now, the hole is in the ground. The depth of the hole is 150 feet. Okay, so it says to use T for time. So this is time. And it says the depth is D. So we know that when we write an equation in slope-intercept form, that this number right here, when the time is 0 and the depth is -150, that is the vertical intercept. So we know that this number right here needs to be -150, the constant. So we would know just by knowing that and thinking about it, that it has to be this equation here. Now let's talk about it algebraically. So algebraically, if we want to find the rate of change or the slope, we need 2 points. So I'm going to go ahead and pick, and I could pick this one and this one. I could pick any 2 of these points that I want. I'm going to go with these 2. So now I'm going to go ahead and find the slope. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract the y values. Or in this case, we're using d instead of y. And then subtract the x values in the denominator. In this case, we're using time, t. So we get a rate of change of 15, positive 15. So that means the number in front of the t should be positive 15. So this one's negative 15t, so it can't be that one. It could be this one, it could be this one, and that's not negative 15t, so it can't be that one. So now we have 2 remaining here. Okay, so now to figure out which one, we could either use our knowledge of the vertical intercept by looking at that point here and knowing it needs to be -150, or we could do it algebraically, which means we know that the m we got was 15, and now we're going to plug in one of these points, any of the points from the table. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this one. Now, keep in mind that in this problem, we're using t and d, so instead, this is t, and this is d. And now I need to figure out where it crosses the y, or the vertical intercept. And we get -150. So this one is our equation. So what this equation is saying is that there's a sinkhole that is 150 feet below the ground. That's what the negative represents here. And then the plus 15t represents that the depth is being filled 15 feet per minute. So in 1 minute, it's going to go from 150 feet below the surface to then, now it's filling up with dirt, and now it's going to be at 135 feet below. And then another minute goes by, and it's filling up. And now it's going to be 120 feet below, and so on, and it's going to keep filling the hole.